sharp, yet brief drop to their lowest levels in over 15 months, primarily supported by a combination of factors such as strengthening trading ties of Saudi Arabia and China, the dispute between Turkey and Kurdish authorities that halted exports of around 400,000 barrels from a port in Turkey port. What has put a ceiling on top of oil prices over the last week has been the disappointing announcement from the US administration that replenishing the depleted SPR inventories would take years to complete alongside Russia's production shortcomings in terms of output since the start of March. In this report, we aim to shed light on the catalyst driving WTI's price and assess its future outlook. Late last week, the US Energy Secretary Granholm announced that the US Energy Department would stave off crude purchases aimed at replenishing the strategic petroleum reserves of the country and stated that the replenishing process would take years to complete. Biden administration officials have stated early January that the US will replenish its crude stocks once WTI's price edged closer to the $72 to $67 per barrel range, and that a calculated purchasing phase would take place once the pricing conditions are at or below the February range. The US tapped its strategic petroleum reserves back in 2021 as President Biden ordered a 50 billion barrel release amidst the rapid increase of petrol prices and another humongous 180 million barrel release around September of 2022 following Russia's full-fledged invasion in Ukraine to keep a lid on petrol prices and protect the public at the pump. The enormous drawdowns left the strategic reserves severely depleted and currently stand at their lowest level since 1983, according to EIA. Even though government officials have stated in the past the administration is in no rush to replenish the reserve, energy traders nevertheless were expecting a large purchase, and since that didn't happen, they downgraded their optimistic bets, dragging momentarily WTI prices to lower ground. Last week, crude oil inventories in the US recorded unexpected large drawdowns, interrupting multi-week pileup streak. On Tuesday, the weekly API crude oil inventories figure pointed to a drawdown of 6 million barrels in stocks, higher than expectation for a pileup of nearly 200,000 barrels, while yesterday EIA's weekly oil inventories recorded an unexpectedly large drawdown of 7.5 million barrels of crude, exceeding expectation of a mere 100,000 pileup for the same period. The results suggest that the demand for crude has increased over the past week, with US economy feeling more optimistic about the expansion of its activities. The results did provide support slide for WTI, however, different divergent factors appear to be at play currently. Lastly, we would like to point out that last Friday, the Baker Hughes oil rig count report showed that the number of active oil rigs in the US increased by a count of 4, reaching a total of 593, which could serve as another indication of increased demand for crude. Thank you for watching.